Severe Weather Week continues as we look into the durability of our siren alert system.
Sirens have been a staple of alerts for decades, but needed upgrades could be costly. Meteorologist Adam Solarzik has more. Adam?
Yes, Dirk and Tara, the need for these upgrades is the perfect time to look at our siren system to see if the upgrades are needed in an era of technology that we are in.
It's a sound that means take cover. Most of the time for Allen County, it means there is a tornado warning somewhere in the county. However, weather warning was not the original use for these sirens. Initially, they were designed to call in volunteer firefighters, and in the 40s and 50s, they were a system in place to alert that the Russians had launched a nuclear bomb. Since then, times have changed, but the siren system is still old and vulnerable to damage in many cases.
So the tornado siren use really wasn't what they were originally intended to be used for when they were put where they were put in, how they were put in, whether they're on a wooden pole, on top of a building, on an aluminum tower, or anything in between.
There are 55 outdoor warning sirens in Allen County. All go off when there is a tornado warning issued. However, as time has gone on and technology advances, there may no longer be a need for the sirens.
They're designed to be heard outdoors, away from structures, and all they do is tell you there's a problem. Go inside and find out what the issue is. 50 years ago, that outdoor siren may very well have been the first warning many residents had because we didn't walk around with smartphones back then or have weather radios.
As these sirens age, parts and even whole sirens will need to be replaced. In addition to that, there are changes to FCC requirements regarding radio signal frequencies that need to be completed, which leads to more taxpayer dollars being spent.
We're going to have to make some tough decisions in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe even sooner, maybe 3 to 5 years, on what do we do with this system? How much money do we invest? Do we invest in the current system? Do we buy a new one? Do we replace it? All those things we're going to have to make some very significant decisions financially, probably in the tune of $800,000 to $2 million decisions.
In order to hear the public's opinion, Allen County Homeland Security has started to work with researchers from Purdue-Fort Wayne to dig into how people receive alerts and hear their thoughts on sirens and if this technology is still a need in an era of smartphones and push alerts.
What role do smart devices, what role does information awareness play in our everyday life? That's the angle I think Purdue-Fort Wayne is taking. It's really the individual citizen. What role do they expect government to play in severe weather warning? I think it's changed.
And regardless of what happens with the sirens, they are just one source of severe weather protection that is designed to be heard outdoors. Your smartphone has several apps, such as the Wayne Weather app that allows you to set alerts for your location anywhere you go, and you can also have a weather radio to keep you alert. Technology is on your side when it comes to keeping you ahead of severe weather.